3D boxing here with 14-time national amateur champ and one-time international amateur champ, Jesus Panterita Martinez. It is great to have you here. Some big news. Obviously, you're making a lot of headlines. Thanks for joining us. And how does it feel? How does it feel to no longer be an amateur and to be signed as a professional?
Thank you for having me. I've been feeling good. I've been feeling excited, pumped up. Just this past week, I just got signed, and I've just been overwhelmed with all the electricity and adrenaline and like all the congratulations I've been getting, the text messages. It's like surreal to be, signed by my idol and another great boxer, and I can just say it's only up from here. You'll be seeing me as multiple world champion.
I'm sure we will. You carry a lot of power. I can't believe you told me you're going to start fighting about 120. You're a big 120. You say you can make it. You carry a lot of power. I want to talk to you a little about your amateur career. Because typically in the amateurs, you don't get a lot of thudding knockouts. Your power is so unique. You scored a ton of knockouts in the amateurs. So talk to me a little about your amateur career. 137-9 was the record.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little about your amateur career and what it was like carrying that type of power in the amateurs.
I always believe like it's always been a God-given power, God-given ability to have my power and my speed. I have, like you said, 137 and 9, and overall it's 146 fights. Um, Throughout then, I've had 14 national titles and one international title, but it's all been a blessing and like the experience, the journey through all of it. I've gotten to see all different types of styles. I've gotten so what really matters is the pros to me because that's always been my dream to be a multiple world champion, and I've already seen a lot of styles and everything. So I feel like the experience that I had in the amateurs will follow up when I'm in the pros, and the the speed and the power will not leave me.
And I want to talk about that, right? Because obviously, you look at you, you're a big kid for your weight, right? You carry a lot of power, but you have a ton of skills and speed like that. Just looking at you, people wouldn't necessarily think you have, right? People would just think that you're kind of a come forward kind of knockout artist, like a swarmer. How would you describe your style in the ring? Because your skills and your speed are really, really like underrated and overlooked because of your power. How would you describe your style in the ring?
Well, my style, I don't know. I can't describe it in like one sentence or anything because it all depends on the fighter I'm fighting. Like I said, I have a bunch of experience, so with the experience comes adapting and everything to every style. So if I'm fighting and the fighter brings a certain type of style, I'll get whatever style I need to beat that style. So if he wants to put pressure, I'll box him. If he wants to box me, I'll put pressure. If he wants to stay in the middle, I'll stay in the middle. I'll counter punch. I'll start the first punches. I'll do anything. I'll switch anything. So a lot of the times, I mean, because I'm Mexican and everything, I have Mexican roots and everything. I just love to come forward and like I love the adrenaline of being in the fight. So a lot of times I often go forward, and I guess that's why people overlook me. But I'm not just a one trick pony or a one dimensional fighter. I'm all around fighter.
That's that's what I think. Even more than the power and the speed is the ability to adapt, right? And I guess that only comes from having such a extensive amateur career. You kind of seen it all already. You're 17, right?
Yes, sir.
And you've already seen as much as you've done. You've had 146 amateur fights. Um, like I said, 14-time national champion and a one-time international champion, one-time world champion. Of those 14 national champions, do you remember each of them? And is there one or two that kind of stick out as that's the most meaningful one? That's the one that means the most to me.
I don't know. I mean, all of them, like all of the titles were, meaningful and amazing to me because I don't know. I can't put one over the other because all of them, like, it's just the journey, like going up because you have to win regionals, state, everything, and then you go to nationals. It's just a bunch of fights and everything, and I don't know. Like, it's just a lot of hard work because if you win one fight, you can't get too overconfident or get distracted because you have your next fight coming up. Then the next day, and then after that, same thing again. You have the next day, and you just have to be um what is it? What is it called? You have to be focused. You have to be focused, and you have to be determined to win. And to me, all of them are the same, but all of them are all special to me because I mean, it just one national title is amazing to have, and I've been blessed to have 14 national titles and international title.
And I wanted to ask you about that, right? Because you mentioned dedication, determination, and hard work. Anyone who knows, anyone who talks about you, the first thing they say about you is that you're the hardest worker in the gym, that nobody outworks you. Everyone compliments your work ethic and how hard you work. I want to ask you, like, such a young kid, 17, you have all this success. Where does that motivation come from? Where does that work ethic and that dedication come from that makes you, you know, outwork everyone else?
It's just my passion for the sport. I mean, my I come from a boxing family. You know, my uncles, my dad, my grandpa, my cousins, everybody boxed. And at one point, all of our dreams was to become a world champion. But I only stayed, and I wanna make everybody proud. And not only that, but I just want to achieve my dream and be the best that has ever done it. And I know, there's kids, even though I have talent, my God given talent and everything. I know there's kids out there that train, and you know, my head is their target. They're training to beat me and everything. But I know if I slip up and stop training hard, or I get distracted or anything, I know they're they're gonna be like right on my head. So I cannot slip up or do anything. I have to be focused, determined. Keep training hard, and just like that, I'll always be on the top.
It's been an honor and a privilege getting to watch you as an amateur. Now, in this next step, um, obviously your goal is to be not just a world champion, but a multi-division world champion. Lofty goals, but obviously you have the skills set and the work ethic to do that. You're from Del Rio. It's a border town, about 40,000 people. They've never had a world champion. Lots of champions from Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, San Antonio, the Valley. But there has never been a world champion from where you're from, Del Rio, Texas. What would it be like? What would it mean to you to be the first world champion from your hometown of Del Rio?
Oh, it just mean the world to me. I'm already campaigning to achieve my dream of becoming a multi-world champion. But to win a world title and they announce that I'm from Del Rio and everything, it would mean the world to me because that's my birthplace. I grew up here in Del Rio, and it would mean everything to me.
Um, Certainly you have the ability, and I want you to remember us when you are when you first world title, and they say "and the new" from Del Rio, Texas. I want you to I want to remember 3D boxing. But let's talk about your pro endovers here. Um, Obviously you signed with ISG, International Sports Group Management, um, which is Darren Barker and Joe Calzaghe's organization. What was it like? Have you gotten to talk to them much? Have you gotten to talk to them? What are they like, and what's it like that you're signed with two former world champions like that?
It's just amazing. I've gotten to talk to them, and they're amazing. Lovely people. Um, they're very warm-hearted and everything, and I trust them because they know I know they're gonna guide me to a good career, and they just been through it all, and um, it's just surreal being signed to two top-notch fighters that used to box.
Two former world champions, and
Yeah.
Calzaghe. We were talking about off air a little about Calzaghe, one of the legends of the sport. 46-0, 32 knockouts. So you got a lot of wisdom to impart. Have you got to talk shop with them? Have you got to talk boxing with Calzaghe and Barker much?
No, but soon enough I will. I mean, Joe Calzaghe, I looked up to him, and I still look up to him. He was one of my favorites. I always used to watch the greats. Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, Sugar Ray Leonard, Oscar De La Hoya, and Joe Calzaghe was one of them. And it's just amazing to be signed by him and Darren Barker. But soon enough, I'll talk. about his experience and boxing, what he had, and I know that would help me through my experience.
Obviously, being guided by two world champions like that is obviously it's a blessing and a gift, and they can take you to the highest levels. Is there a plan? You're 17 now. You say, okay, by the time I'm 21, 22, I want to be a world champion. Is there kind of like a goal in your head? Realistically, I want to be a world champion by this age or by this many fights.
I think, yeah, I think by like 21, 22, I'd want my first world title already. I mean, my goal is to be a multi-world champion, so I would want to like start off already by 21, 22, and then be over the years be gaining my other world titles.
Is there, we talked, you said about 120 is where they're going to um, start you off. Is there, like, can you go 26, 30? You know, I know you're still young and you're potentially still growing. Is there a size, like, okay, I can go all the way up to 30 or 35, or what do you think is kind of your max?
I don't know that that's in the future, and like I've said plenty of times that the future is so unpredictable, so I don't know what would be my max, but for sure I would want to be a 5 division world champion, 6 division, anything. I want to make history, and I want to be like not only one of the best, but the best to ever do it.
I love the confidence. Again, I said I just want to be a champion. I want to be the best to ever do it. And it's not just confidence. Like I said, you have the skills and the work ethic to back all of that up. It's really, really an honor and a privilege to having got to see you through your amateur career. We look forward to seeing you in your professional career. Do you know rough idea when you may make that pro debut? When we can see you in the ring as a professional for the first time?
Right now, April's looking good, mid-April or end of April, but fingers crossed that pulls through. But it's looking good, and by April, I should be 1-0 as a professional.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna try to make it as many fights of yours as I can. Like I said, it was an honor watching as an amateur. I can't wait to see you as a professional. Um, One question I want to ask: have you gone back and did you watch your knockout from Shreveport, Louisiana, in the Nationals? Did you get a chance to go back and watch that?
Oh yes, plenty of times. I mean, I posted it, and I didn't know it was gonna go viral, but it ended up going viral. To this day, a lot of people are tagging me and posting it. Boxing pages are posting it, and I just thank them for the support because you know it's not it's not like every time or like every day that I get to be posted, or go viral. So I thank them and everything. But, it's just a blessing that they post me and everything. And, you know, hopefully, or not hopefully, but soon enough, they'll be posting more highlight reel knockouts or just highlight reels of me.
Did you got a ton of power for like I said, 120 pounder. Does your power surprise you? Like when you score a knockout like that, you're like, wow, I really got some power.
Not really surprised me because I mean I see it every day in the gym. That's what I work for. I work to be the fastest, the strongest, the most powerful, uh, in every aspect. So it doesn't really surprise me, but like the way it happens, it surprises me because it's boxing. You don't know what's gonna happen, so that's what surprises me.
Last thing I wanted to ask you, Panterita, Little Panther. Um, where does that nickname come from? Who gave it? Was your dad Big Panther or Panther? How did you get the nickname Little Panther?
Um, I actually didn't get Panterita from boxing. Before boxing, I was, just like in boxing, how I'm, a superstar and everything. I was also a superstar in soccer. And before boxing, I was like, I was in love with soccer, and I still am. I still love soccer and everything. But boxing is my number one now. But in soccer, I would just score a lot of goals. I was fast and everything. And I remember one game, um, my dad was the coach, and there was this guy on the sideline, and he would tell my dad, that kid, he's like a little panther. He's super fast. He's everything. He's like a little panther, and but he said it in Spanish, so he said that was a panterita. So, you know, my dad was like, "Nah, he is fast like a panther." So, that nickname from then on it stuck. And then even when I stopped playing soccer and I went to boxing, it followed through, and I just been called Panterita since then.
It's a nickname that obviously you got from soccer, but it works in boxing too. You're a little panther in the ring too, so I mean, it still works. In both sports. Last question I wanted to ask you before I let you go. Next week we have a fellow Texan in the ring, Mario Barrios, battles Keith Thurman on Vegas. Who do you got in that and why?
I got Mario Barrios. I think Keith Thurman took he took a little time off that he shouldn't have. But overall, I think Mario Barrios he learned a lot through the tank fight, and I've actually known Mario Barrios because I trained with him several times, and he's just an overall a good fighter, a good person, and everything. And I have a lot of respect for him. But overall, I got him. I haven't winning a decision.
You got
Maybe a knockout, but I see a decision for sure. I have him winning.
all right. I like it. Panterita, Jesus Martinez, ISG Management's newest acquisition. Future world champion, future multi-division world champion. Tell everyone where they can find you on social media.
You can find me at Facebook at Team Panterita Martinez, and then on Instagram you can find me at Martinez Panterita all together.
Thank you for your time. God bless, champ. I appreciate it.
Thank you. God bless.